Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kizito, and what I do is I solve coding challenges that may be asked in technical interviews. In our previous video, we created a function that makes consecutive arrays using JavaScript. And what that function's purpose was to find the missing numbers inside of an array like this one here. First, it will place the elements in order from 3 to 9, and then from there it will find the missing numbers between 3 to 9. For example, there's going to be a missing number 4, a missing number 5, and a missing number 8. So today we're going to create the same function using the programming language Python. Now there's a couple of helper methods to take into account with Python. We are going to use sorted, which sorts the list, which is similar to an array, range, that lets you count from 0 to 9, and then contains, which is like includes in JavaScript, where you have an array and you say, does this array include 1 or 2, and then it will either return false or true. And then the next helper method, append, which adds an element inside of a list. And last but not least, len, which is in short length of a list, just like length of an array in JavaScript. Okay, so now that we know the helper methods that we're going to use, let's go ahead and create this consecutive list maker definition. All right, let's get started. First, we need to type def, and then type in, we're going to call it make consecutive list. Let's make some caps for each word there. There we go. And then inside of the parameter, we're going to give it status. Well, let's put statuses instead. Then after that, a colon, a space, and now we need to have some sort of list that will return the missing numbers coming from the given status. So let's call this empty list missing numbers, and assign it to an empty list. There you go. All right. Now the next thing we need to do is use the sorted method for status, because status is going to have a list with elements that are not in order. It's going to be like this, pretty much like 6, 7, 9, 3. We need to organize it to make it in order. So how do we do that? All we need to do is type in status, make it equal to sorted, and then we put statuses in there. There we go. Now statuses is in order, or has been sorted from the lowest number to the greatest number. All right. Now the next thing we need to type or create is a for loop, in loop. All we have to do is type in for, and we are going to say number in arrange helper method, starting from status's lowest number. So all we have to do is put 0 there and make it continue to the greatest number of statuses. All we have to, for us to get the biggest number in statuses, all we have to do is type in -1. That should give us 9. So right now it should say from 3 to 9, number will run through status. All right, now let's go inside of the for in loop. And inside there, we're going to create a condition. Here we're going to say if, pretty much we're going to create a condition that says if the number is not included inside of the statuses or inside of this list status, then we're going to add that number in the list. Okay, now to create that condition, all we need to do is type in if not status dot, and then use the helper method contains and put number inside the parameter. Then inside of the condition, missing numbers dot append number. There we go. Remember, missing numbers is an empty list. All we're doing is just adding the missing number inside of the list. All right, now we get out of the condition that we set up by going back one indent, and then we are going to type in return the length of missing number or missing numbers. As a matter of fact, let's go back one indent. There we go, because we were, for a second, we were inside of the for in loop's own body because we didn't go back one indent. All right. It looks like everything is set. So all we need to do is copy this function that we created and paste it in the Python IDE inside of the terminal here. Press enter again to exit the definition or the function. And now we're going to call the function. Inside of this function, we're going to give it an argument of this list right here. And we should get a total of 3 missing numbers. Yeah, we should have 4, 5, and 8. So that's 3 missing numbers. So it should return 3 if everything was working well. And there you go, 3. Let's go ahead and see the missing numbers. So I'm going to add this in there. Print missing numbers. All right, I'm going to copy this again. Paste it in here, press enter again to exit the function body. And we are going to call the same, or call the function and give it the same list as before. And there you go. 4, 5, 8 is the missing numbers, and 3 is the amount. All right. That's it for today. Y'all have a good one.